unlinear if anything. Just about click that. There's loads of different places you can go to, and it's very easy to forget what areas you've already done. There's no nice fairy arrows to tell us anymore. I think gave us a nice little bit of extra height, which means we're ready to go and explore with the supercharge. First of all, let's have a quick conversation, pick up a key, and we're going to have a talk to Useni.
Ah, Spyro, thanks. Supercharge will get you to new places here in Lofty Castle too. See where it takes you.
Thank you, Useni. So, the supercharge is in here for one particular point, which we'll aim to get first. And then we'll explore with the supercharge a little bit later once we've done the rest of the levels standard. We'll try and get whatever enemies we're missing. Loads of cupids and stuff that will now be able to be killed thanks to that anyway. Especially the ones down there. Although it will probably take many attempts, and I don't mean from messing up, but it's quite... Supercharge is not the easiest thing to control, and it requires some good angling to keep it going round corners. Or as these cupids are kind of in various places, that might be a bit difficult to maintain. So we might as well finish the rest of the level first, and we'll worry about what enemies we can and can't supercharge later. As there's a lot left to do. A whole area over there, for example. Baruti.
Thank you for releasing me.
You're very welcome. Now will you take the time to fill in the survey on my dragon services? Do you think purple is my colour? Where's this going to take me? Over to here first, okay. So we've got to free some of the fairies again from different areas. We need one more, which I believe is up on this ledge. Well, maybe not, which means though it's over to the left. Luckily we can just glide straight back across without too much hassle. And we glide now to the actual castle of Lofty Castle, which is filled with cupids. I say filled with, there's two, but I always remember this room just for the cupids in it. I found it kind of cool how you have to kind of traverse around it while being shot at by their arrows as a kid. It's not really something that is of any threat now. This marks the end of the level really, this kind of area. We need to destroy these pig creatures and collect a few more gems, and the return home port is just up there to our left. Nearly missed that one red gem that I nearly always miss when playing this game. Don't know why, it just always seems to elude me. I still want you one, give me your shield. Okay, and that leaves just one more fairy over here. I think it's the last fairy at least. Yes it is, and now this will take us to the end of the level. The return home portal. One of the few levels where the return home portal is actually at the very end of the level. Unfortunately it's not the end of our road. There's a lot of supercharging that will probably need doing now. So there is that to consider. I wonder actually if the last dragon we rescued was the one by the supercharged portal. That could be a possibility. If not, we can just glide back over here, make our way the boring way back. Can we actually reach anywhere from here? Nope. See where our last dragon was. Could be the one by supercharge. Nope, it's the one over here, but at least we got back over here. So that's at least something. Now to have fun with supercharge. Let's go all the way back to the supercharge ramp, and there are a hell of a lot of enemies on this level that supercharge will kill. I'm not sure if it kills the balloon enemies, to be honest, so that'll be a learning thing for me as well. We'll find out. Whoops, wrong whirlywing. Next one's the one that we want. Do a sharp U-turn. Let's touch on this pad so that if anything happens, we've got something to return to. We're rewarded with 1 gem for our first enemy killed. That answers our question. You can destroy the flying orcs with that. So there we have it. Something to keep our mind for now. Well, let's see if we have killed this enemy, otherwise it's going to drive me crazy. Yes, we have. I think we go over here next. Oh yeah, I forgot about this slot box that was down here. Don't need to worry about trying to angle a supercharge into that. I nearly forgot that we had the key. It was in the back of my mind, knowing that I might have to supercharge to get that. So we've got a hell of a lot of enemies over here. And the supercharge takes us up on top of there. It might be worth trying to tackle this part of a level at a time, considering there's so much to destroy. So I might try this side of the level first before worrying about anywhere else. Whoops, keep doing that. This is not treetops, we don't need to climb so many ramps. Over to the next part of Lofty Castle. Gonna go over to the right. We've been over here before, but there is an area that we need to now get to. But I'm not sure if it is doable, to be honest. The thing that I'm thinking of, but I'll come back and try it in a moment. But this is the last area by the return home portal now. We need to, as usual, free 3 fairies to get over to the last area, and we have to defeat some more enemies surrounding this sort of pool looking thing. over to the last fairy. Yep. In the middle over here, which frees up this whirlwind over here to the left now. We're up to the end. Return home. Now, just before I go through the return home portal, I'm going to try and do what I spoke of. Whoops. How rude of that whirlwind to send me straight back to where I'm just trying to get away from. You may see over there to the top right glistening gems. That's what I need to try and get. But I'm not convinced wholly that I can actually get them. But it wouldn't be a challenge run unless I had something challenging to do, am I right? So I need to get back up to that castle over there to the right, so it's going to require just a bit of backtracking now. Try and glide / trot as quick as my little dragon legs can carry me. Not sure why I bothered taking this route actually over the whirlwind. Could have just walked to this particular whirlwind. Traverse through the castle again, and we want to be going, instead of straight ahead like we did just, we want to try and get over to the right. It has struck me as a potential way to get around to where I want to get to. So first up, glide onto this area. Next up, I'm going to get as far to the pixel edge of this as I can before gliding over to this area. How can I get around there? I should be able to get around there, no problem. Yeah. Now this is the biggest obstacle, I think, possibly getting around this roof. Oh, that fell just flat on its face. Well, that was a bit disappointing, but I'll add it to the list of things that I'll try and do a bit later on once I've got as far through the game standardly as I can. So we're out of that place now, Lofty Castle, and we're going to go to the last place of this world bar the boss, which is Haunted Towers next. Just check that I've got every gem available. Yep. But Haunted Towers was pretty much an incompletable level. Incompletable? Don't think that's a word. I don't know. Uncompletable level on the other challenge, so my hopes are not particularly high for this challenge since it utilises both supercharge and super flame, and I'm not sure if there's a way to utilise both in either challenge, to be honest. I was just testing to see if his attack would break open the crates, but as it's not a projectile, it doesn't seem to respond to the metal crates. So I'm going to glide over to the left, avoiding the slap happy monks. The metallic slap happy monks, at least. Nearly got clobbered with one. We've already been up here anyway, so it's not particularly special. So I'm going to glide straight over to the right instead. Kill this monk, who nearly got made big by the Viagra cannon. And now we're going to go to the left, pick up some gems, pick up a dragon while we're at it as well. This marks, I believe, the last dragon of the world. I'm also going to get this monk before I carry on, as he lowers this one solitary gem and the one up that we don't really need, but just get it because it's there. And we rescue dragon number 68, nearly at that magic 69 number, so we can chortle like a 5-year-old. Got these extra gems behind here that elude me several times on run-throughs before going straight into Haunted Towers. This should be a pretty short level to do, to be honest. As I said, I'm not expecting to get very far. It's also going to be, I would say, a very boring level to do, purely because even though I'm going to have to be a bit creative to get some of the stuff, it's not a fun kind of creative like Supercharge is. For example, it'll just be a case of me getting the Super Flame power up, which is through this door, and essentially just using it repetitively to go to and fro different places. So it's not going to be the most entertaining thing for me to do or for anyone to see. So I'll just start by going straight over to the right and clearing out this area. And the reason why it's a bit of an annoying thing to do is because you have to walk back to the power up every single time, and you don't have a lot of time to really explore with the power up, so it's a lot of to and froing. You saw me then just edging a little bit at a time, and that's so I can get the maximum distance available. I want to be as far away from the fairy as possible when she kisses me, so I've got every pixel of ability to get as far as possible. Now, it didn't really come into play here, but as I go over to the right in a moment to the next part of the level, it's going to become a bit more apparent that every pixel counts. So this particular run here will just be me realistically clearing this path to the next area, because you sort of need to just focus on one item that's really far away to get the most of it. I might be able to clip that guy, yes, just as it ran out, but I'm convinced I can get most of the things up in this particular green area in one run. But say that strong box over there to the right, I believe that's probably just a bit out of range, which is a shame, because if I could reach that, my hopes would be high of reaching the door just around the corner from there. And if I could reach the door just around the corner from there, it would open up so many possibilities for the rest of the level. Alright, I should be able to reach at least maybe one of those chests, if not both, but we'll see. Let's go back over to the kiss. Pixel perfect, and moi. Hey, hey, honey.